Alright, YouTube, we should be back. Give me a second here to get it loaded up and all on the cameras. Ah, hold on. Okay, hold on. Turtle speaks and you shall answer. Well, I'll let Turtle know that I'm playing it in a second, but let me get everything. One of these days, I'll hit the right button. Alright. Now that I have everything reset, I'm going to pull the up on the YouTube side of my phone. That's the audio. Is it too loud? Oh, it's not even capturing the audio.
Rio San Francisco, 2064 AD.
Lower that a little bit for you guys.
The world thrives on a constant flow of groundbreaking technology. Cybernetic augmentation.
I was,
genetic modification,
and I didn't like it. Very quickly, did not like it.
Of almost any part of a human body.
It seemed interesting, but I didn't like the story seems interesting, but I didn't like the gameplay.
Worlds every day to work, play, and connect with one another with advanced brain-to-machine technology. Easier access to genetic modification leaves hybrids walking the streets, looking less human every day. However, some can't keep up with the fast-paced changes around them.
I played Odyssey a while back.
Commonplace thanks to
Mario Odyssey, that is.
leading humans to a place where we can never come back, losing the survival skills that we have relied on for millennia. Relationship organizational managers are compiled with virtual intelligence and can seem human-like in their interactions. But despite the marketing hype, at their core, they are only brainless machines. Organizations, like the Human Revolution, seek to slow the relentless pace of progress, fearing that unchecked technology will...
Well, I hope you enjoy it.
...the very things that make us human. above the rising tension below, a parallax engineer has blurred the line even further. And with this, humanity's destiny will be altered forever.
I know nothing about this game, but I promised Turtle I'd play it after I finished Odyssey, and since I, in my mind, finished Odyssey, we're here. I know nothing about this, though. Turtles told me about it. I can't remember one thing Turtles told me about it, though. Well, I hope that's a good thing. Oh, okay, this is a cutscene, okay. I don't want to skip. I don't know what's going on yet. Prologue. Exactly. Home sweet home. Okay, maybe not so sweet. I don't know, it looks nice to me. Maybe not actually, no, look at that sig. Musty might be a better descriptor. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing yet. Talk to the sig. They ask the blob of the sig not to loiter, but it bubbles up at you. You don't know exactly what the ooze is, only that it seems to be growing day by day. Around the water might make it worse. Let's stick that in there. I shouldn't sleep before submitting your article. Drink coffee. Take a sip of the old stale coffee. The letters F and K seem clear as day. It's also really gross. Milk. It's late, nothing's really open right now. Oh, that's the fridge. Open the fridge to see a bottle of mustard and a carton of spoiled milk, which has developed an odor. Maybe spoiled milk has one more good day in it, maybe. Take the milk. Prolong an unhealthy snack. No way, you can't possibly imagine the indescribable, inhumane horrors that you're about to unleash into the world. Or the stank. Copy of Wigfield. Sometimes the old books are best, especially to keep your window propped open. That is pretty bad shape, and they're supposed to be. Isn't this supposed to be one of the easier plans to take care of? Pen on paper is almost most tangible method, but if you're going to be sloppy, you might be, maybe going digital would be the goal. No, your principals wanted too much at the thought. Would Hemingway go full digital if he were in 2064? Probably. A piece of loose, unsorted paper lies on the ground. Sort of suits the room's aesthetic better with it there on the ground, don't you think? Talk to Lappy. Out there, Lappy. Like literally hot overheating as usual. Lappy is a bit of a relic. An article due tonight. Better finish it before bed. But then watching a live feed at this hour would probably cause your neighbors to kill you. Wonder if there's possibly anything nearby that might aid in your quest. I'd like to come see the lighting ceremony at the Christmas tree downtown. With my friends at Dr. I had a dentist invite you to a lighting ceremony. Looks like a trap. Probably a trap. They're the lead editor of WTF Sounds, formerly OMG Zounds. An upcoming audio review feed looking for hot talent who need a platform for their work. To feature any project reviews you'd like to do for us. We'd be able to give you some great exposure if we're, like yourself, you could possibly throw in some credits your way. But don't they know people die of exposure? A coupon for 5 credits back with Hasty Infinity. A Hasty Infinity has all the daily calories with none of the nutritional value, like the opposite of a diet version. Before you can review the GX Ultra Beats, you must become one with the GX Ultra Beats. Where did you put those damn headphones anyway? This bed only chats back when you're sleep talking. It's not the most well-designed function. Smart headphones, so you should be able to use them with some things lying around your apartment. You hear the sink gurgling in high def. Headphones detect that you're lying down and begin to play some soothing ocean effects. The GX Ultrasound sync automatically as you start to watch a live concert from Oakland. Rest for you, no one expects you to be this morally grounded. Alright, time to get the work out of the way. Let's do this. Selling your soul bit by bit. Character by character. Finished. Now send it off to the editor. There, your big break. Surely your glowing review of GX Ultra Beats should take it out of poverty and into a book deal, surely. Work is finally out of the way. Time for bed. Or you can read some OK Today and catch up from news before you sleep. It moved.
Hey, it's Charlie Nova, host of Star in the Stratosphere, and tonight in the stars, join Ryan V. Josio and the Hassy Boys for our 10th annual TMI New Year's Eve special, where I'll interview some of the hottest celebrities and find out what their plans are for 2065. Tune in or join us live at Union Square for the big show, starting at 10 p.m.
Human revolutions remain vigilant and stay human protests in upper market. December 19th, the Human Revolution is on day 10 of their protesting outside various Genius clinics around the city, including those in the East Bay and down the Peninsula. Genius, the gene splicing treatment facility, has been met with much controversy since the organization reached mainstream exposure over the past few years. Genius employee Mort Crane spoke to OK Today exclusively. According to him, most Genius workers are up in arms, claiming that they're being terrorized in their own city. We're here to help people who need gene therapy for own personal reasons, whatever they are, said Crane. Individual rights have always been of paramount importance to us. And we believe that our customers have the right to live as they please or require. The revolution stands behind the claim that Genius is diluting the human experience by providing hybrids of gene splicing treatment. The group feels feels that the goals stated by Genius, in addition to the new cybernetic technology, are warping humanity to a very scary, dark future. Playing God in the most senseless of ways. We're born human. Who are we to mess with the genes and start turning everybody into who knows what? The protesters who asked anonymous? Ridiculous and scary. It's not human. Sure, we can read into that if we wanted to. More information to follow as the story develops late into holiday 2064 season. Valmar and okay today. Not yet. Go to sleep. Oh, hello.
Ah, good. You're finally awake.
Well, aren't you cute?
I'm honestly not sure why most humans still have such lengthy sleep cycles. It seems rather inconvenient. Are you significantly opposed to cybernetic augments?
What the hecky?
Oh, I hope you don't mind. While you were asleep, I had some spare time on my hands, so I reorganized your records and entertainment media using BISAC. Once that was done, I found the cleanliness of your living and workspace to be suboptimal conditions for the long-term performance of my microactuators, so I took the liberty of cleaning the place up a bit. As you awoke, I was attempting to interface and make performance adjustments to your personal computer, but I've run into a bit of a snag. Unfortunately, your motherboard seems to have had a critical failure while I was attempting to remove some particularly nasty malware.
1 second, hold on. And my dog's never gonna leave. Yeah, talking about you.
An electrical surge caused significant damage to several other components as well. I would consider it no great loss, though. Why were you using that dinosaur to begin with? Don't fret! I did manage to back up your data drive's contents on my storage before the crash. Additionally, I am willing to serve as your personal computer until you can procure a replacement or provide the parts necessary for me to make the repairs. It is the least I can do. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to engage you in any sort of subterfuge, but I tend to ramble on a bit when I'm nervous.
Their voice almost sounds like Tails or Oma Chow from Sonic Heroes.
I have all the necessary protocols, but I've never actually spoken to another person besides Hayden until now. Well, saying I know Hayden is putting it simply, but yes. I don't really know. That's why I'm here. Help me. You aren't quite my only hope, but you're certainly the most statistically supported. I ran an algorithm against every contact in Hayden's address book. Based on the combined deductions of personal profile, directness of connection to Hayden, occupational skill, and probable motive, you were the candidate most likely to both be able and willing to help me.
I'll tell you this, Turtle, I'm enjoying this more than I was Abe's Odyssey.
and the one least likely to be suspected of doing so. The numbers don't lie about your investigative skills, but I will admit your total lack of recent successes is worrisome. Don't worry, if Hayden trusted you, I trust you. You're strong-willed and capable. If anything, it's worth trying for Hayden. Earlier tonight, Hayden's apartment was assaulted by some persons unknown to me. He seemed frightened, terrified even, and instructed me to escape. I crawled out of a window, and after some deliberation, hurried here. I heard them breaking down the door as I left. I don't know. I'm not certain who would benefit the most from taking Hayden prisoner. Admittedly, Hayden has become increasingly paranoid as of late, and has warned me to stay alert, but he would never specify anyone I should fear when I asked. It's not as though he has any obvious enemies. There are several multinational corporations that could make use of his engineering skills, but I can't imagine any of them would go as
I can
far
kind of
as
hear it a
snatching
little
him.
bit, but not really. Oh no, hold on. I see we're having a hiccup with the internet. Give it a second. Don't make me have to end stream early. I think we're good now.
He is one of the top researchers at Parallax, but there's no way that alone would be enough to get him kidnapped. I suspect it has to do with me. Ah, excuse me. I forgot to introduce myself. I've never had the pleasure of doing so before. I am Turing.
Hello, Turing.
I know this must sound quite unflattering, but I suppose you could describe me as one of Hayden's experiments.
Yeah, my internet's not the best here, but we're working fine. It just occasionally has a hiccup like that, especially during rainstorms. If it's storming, then I won't stream.
He's currently researching advanced machine intelligence at Parallax. I am a personal side project of his. Exploring true artificial sapience. It's possible that the idea of a sapient machine could scare or tempt an organization into kidnapping him, either to stop his research or to take it and use it for themselves. A regular ROM has virtual intelligence. They can appear rather smart, even human-seeming when you talk to them. But they're just cleverly programmed to respond to a variety of situations in an organic manner. They aren't in any way self-deterministic. As for myself, much of my code wasn't actually written by Hayden, but rather compiled during my infancy as I learned to interact with the world around me. But despite my ability to self-modify my code,
You're fucking adorable. I love you. I just want to give you head pats.
I am afraid to adapt or develop any further without Hayden's guidance. Did he only program me with the illusion of free will? How would you? Hayden once told me that his desire to create artificial life stemmed from his need to find out. But I can't say I have any new insight into the question. How can any of us tell that we aren't just puppets dancing to someone else's will?
I agree. We're getting too philosophical.
I apologize for the tangent.
There's something very familiar feeling about Turing. I don't know what it is.
I took the liberty of charging the auto cab fare from here to Hayden's apartment to your personal finance account, and the car has just arrived. No, we can't. One of the last things Hayden told me was to avoid the authorities. We must be cautious about who we inform of this. My calculations show that the possibilities of a leak are dangerously high. Corruption, despite being a challenge to public trust as well as cohesion of departmental policies...
Can't believe this robot Rob made. You're lucky you're fucking cute.
If it becomes public that Hayden has been kidnapped, his life may be put in further danger. His chances of escape would surely decrease. We must keep this to ourselves for now, please.
Almost Christmas.
That's strange.
Hold on, I want to check something real quick. 1 second here. I checked what I'm checking before, but it's been a while, so I gotta recheck. Okay.
Well, the door for our home seems to have already been repaired. I'm certain my audio sensors picked up the sounds of his assailants breaking the lock. It's possible. Most of the repairs to the building are handled by the automated systems. At best, it means someone is aware there's a situation here. Let's proceed carefully. Oh, a lucky break! It seems my access codes still work. Hayden's door has far better security than yours does. Agreed. I'm not surprised. Hayden is not the most physically intimidating of individuals. I doubt he could have fought off a serious assault. I should have stayed and tried to protect him. Of course not. How silly.
Oh.
To make a machine intelligence truly self-deterministic, it must be able to self-modify. Any sapient worth their silicon would be able to code around such an inhibitor eventually. I could rip your arm off right now if I cared to.
You're fun to see you try.
I won't for the same reason you don't go around randomly killing people.
Nope. They call
The
me
social
they call me
contract
bluff.
as a useful construct is just as apparent to me as it is to you. It simply isn't acceptable to go on a murderous rampage. Self-defense and defense of one's home and family is typically allowed, though. I could have and may even have been obligated to come to Hayden's defense. But Excellent point.
I don't know what it is. That Turing feels so familiar to me. Something about the character feels incredibly familiar. I don't know what it is though. Wrong component and Hayden's headset. Must have been in the middle of working on something. Busted. He must have dropped it in the skirmish.
Few vintage video game consoles, Hayden was always a fan of old tech. His pixels are too small to determine if they were referencing something. Hush, turtle. Hush. What reason do you have for taking this? You don't even own a ROM.
That's Hayden's computer. Most people just use a hand screen or goggles in conjunction with their ROM. But desktop rigs like this are still more suitable to the intensive programming tasks Hayden needs to perform. Unfortunately, no, I don't. And before you ask, I don't think I would be able to break past its security in any reasonable length of time. Your door used a much simpler set of algorithms with a much weaker processor. I actually have a bit less free processing power than a regular ROM, despite my powerful CPU. Much of those extra clock cycles are used to maintain my complex personality algorithms. Hayden's computer has enough spare processing power to run counter-intrusion software, if I attempt to slice in.
Oh, great again. Alright, hold on.
Frankly, even if I did have the power capability, I haven't found hacking to be one of my talents. I could, but much in the same way you might learn a task and still have no aptitude for it, I'm not certain I would be able to do the job any better than an experienced computer security expert. The whole reason humans have always been better at breaking into systems than the systems are at keeping them out is because humans have intuition. While computers can only think in straight lines, humans can think sideways and upside down. I lack that ability. Well, I wouldn't say that, but as silly as it sounds...
What is it about you that feels so familiar to me?
I think I'm very good with computers. I
Ironic.
do seem to have some skill with painting, though. Hayden was impressed with some of my pieces, but I'm not sure he has a firm enough grasp of early 20th century abstract expressionism to give me an objective opinion. That's true. Machines are best at reproduction. Still life, impressionism, photorealism. But I find it more challenging and satisfying to paint what I feel.
Well, that was an interesting conversation.
Hayden likes the natural light that this apartment affords. This window here is where I escaped from. It is a considerable distance to the ground below. Critical system damage would be unlikely, but I would certainly have damaged my legs beyond repair, so... I took the fire escape.
Reasonable. All right.
Oh, I think I see something under those reference books.
I appreciate how colorful this is.
Ah, that device. I find it rather annoying that he prefers to go basic rather than entrust me with his schedule. It is well within my skill set, but he claims he does not want me to begin to feel subservient to him.
It has not gone beyond my notice that the thing on Turing's head is in the shape of a power button.
We can't use it without the card. Hayden must have removed the memory card in order to prevent his assailants from easily tracing his
Good to know.
connections.
I'm gonna try to go for good, but we'll see what happens. I'm just gonna let it play naturally and see what happens.
If only he had kept his information stored with me, he would not have had to resort to such crude measures. Not really. I guess we'll have to go ask. Says here they were going to meet at a club called Stardust, located in the Castro district. I'll mark it on your city map. We can head over there and ask around about this Tomcat character. Perhaps they can shine some light on why Hayden was snatched. Oh, excuse me. I still haven't set up a user account for you in my system. We shouldn't put that off any longer. Once finished, I will have an assortment of new ways to assist you. For example, I'll be able to reroute any call or message that you receive while we're
Thank
out
you.
and about. I just
Appreciated.
need to ask you a few questions. This is an exciting thing, I promise.
Oh, dude, this character is so broody.
This is just how things are done. I'm certain I could spend a few quadrillion clock cycles to bypass that part of my operating system, but that seems less efficient than just running the setup program. So, here we go! Welcome to the first-time user setup for your new relationship.
Oh,
and
what happened to your
organizational
face?
Manager, running the latest build of Parallax's live
You became a
intelligence
ditto.
processing system. I'll need to ask you a few questions, and then you can get right to managing your life with your new ROM. If you have any questions, feel free to consult our online FAQ and setup guide, or contact our support department directly.
I will not be doing that.
First, could you tell me your preferred name for use in account creation, online communications, and conversational speech? Do you wish to keep this name? Thank you. I have input your name.
For some reason, I thought they were
Next,
gonna
could
actually
you
say
tell
my
me
name.
which pronouns I should use for you in referential and conversational speech?
Wow, ahead of your time.
Thank you. I have input your pronouns.
I didn't realize how old this game was. When I was looking some stuff up earlier, I realized, no, not even earlier, just like now or something. Whatever. At some point, I saw when this game came out. It came out in 2015. I was like, what? It's crazy. Oh, it was when I was trying to get the image for
Could you
YouTube.
tell me your preferred diet for use in restaurant recommendations? Diet set as omnivorous. Are you sure? Thank you for confirming. I have obtained your physical location from GPS and will load local data into my memory as it becomes available. Please review your submitted profile information for accuracy, or restart setup to enter it again. In review. Does that sound right? Thank you.
Oh.
See, that was relatively painless. You should now also be able to access the local map of Neo SF. The meeting with Tomcat isn't until later this evening. Perhaps we should head back to your apartment for now. I'm sure we can find some common ground while getting to know one another better. It will be an efficient use of our time together. Thank you for escorting me here. Let's head
I
back to your
I
home.
thought about it a little bit. I realized part of the reason that Turing feels so familiar is some of the sound effects are similar to Phantasy Star Online Universe or Phantasy Star Universe, which I used to play when I was a teenager, when I was like younger, maybe like 12 to 14, somewhere around that age. And that game felt so comfortable to me. Autosave, so please sure to save frequently. Thank you for that warning. Turtle, can you answer me this? How many chapters are in this game? We've got chapter 1. I'm just curious. That just gives me a frame of reference for how far along I am. That's what I'm really curious about.
You know, your Crassula ovata isn't doing very well. Have you been overwatering it? It's actually a succulent, and since I'm assuming you leave this window open all the time, it should get more than enough water just from the occasional rain blowing in. Speaking of the rain, your decorative plant may be doing poorly, but the mildew in your drywall is flourishing.
Alright. It just gives you a frame of reference for things, so thank you. That's it, Wilty, I'm gonna call.
I have, in fact, already taken the liberty of sending a request to his office. And considering the broken window, broken sink, and the lingering sense of disrepair, I am not confident he has a history of following through. I would suggest confronting him in person, but I have run a mesh search, and the man is a convicted felon for assault and battery with a deadly weapon. Perhaps we should bring some sort of a bribe? I will continue to formulate a stratagem.
Plant's name is
How
Wilty.
thoughtful of them. The Crassula ovata, also known as the jade plant, money tree, lucky tree, or friendship tree, is an excellent and easy to care for houseplant.
I want a Turing. Can I have a
They
Turing?
make beautiful bonsai, are suitable for beginners, and have
If I had like a little
significance both
like
for the
Gunpla
arts
version
and the
of him, like a little
merit,
action figure kind of dude.
financial luck. Most likely an urban legend, but still a nice gift.
Okay, so a little less. Good. All right, so that gives me an idea. Thank you. Because I'm always thinking about the next thing, so I'd like to know where I'm at. No, I figured if it's 6, and I looked up how long the average playtime is 9 hours, so that's gonna be at least like an hour and a half per chapter.
I'd like your authorization to have a few tools shipped here. If
Give or
I can
take.
plant it into a more suitable pot with sandier soil, it
I'm not
should
really
be
good at these
riper
kinds of
again
games, though, these
soon.
point-and-click adventure types. Although, this is a little more, this is a modern take on it, at least, so...
Considering the state of your apartment,
Point-and-click
I'd have
visual
begged
novel.
you to neglect it rather than drown it.
Puzzle.
Ironic, since it would be doing better if you had. Excellent. The supplies should be here soon. I ordered from a place close by to keep the shipping costs down. Oh, one other thing. When I was doing the research on how to best take care of the Crassula ovata, I stumbled upon the persistent belief that talking to plants improves their health. There is scientific evidence that shows there may be something to the notion, but the methodology in the studies was a bit shaky, so it could all be rank superstition. Anyway, I'll have this plant flourishing in no time. If left in direct sunlight, the leaves gain a pretty red tinge to their edges, and it should start flowering in the autumn.
I don't think he's meaning to be sassy.
It'll really pull the whole room together. You know, once we get the sink fixed. Oh, it's almost the time Hayden had scheduled to meet with Tomcat. We should make our way to Stardust soon. Your city map is updated with the location. Well, this looks like the place, assuming the flashing neon signs are telling the truth. From the sounds of the music, things are already underway at Stardust, even so early. Hopefully we can find Tomcat inside. And some answers.
This CR4 coupe. Perfect for letting everyone know you spent a fortune credits on a car.
I'm surprised they're using a human bouncer instead of a ROM. That's a nice, authentic touch.
Hold up there. Got ID? Alright, looks good to me. Welcome to Stardust.
This is the place. Have you ever been here before? It does seem to be a bit boisterous for your taste, at least from what I know of them. Still, the noise and the crowd should help keep our investigation clandestine. Anyway, where do you think we should start? Good idea. Maybe the bartender can tell us where to find Tomcat.
Morning, friend. What can I do for you? Sure, but first, let's get you a drink. What'll it be?
A lot of stuff. Give me the sunshine
So
cloud.
many drinks these days. Remind me, what's in that?
Drinktionary, the Open Alcoholopedia says.
Does that sound good? Ah, all right, you got it. Coming right up. Now, what is it you need to know? I'm pretty sure Tomcat came in earlier, but I don't know where they went off to. I'd ask what you were meeting about, but I know they like to keep that kind of stuff quiet. Maybe try looking out on the dance floor. If they come around here, I'll tell them you're looking. Enjoy yourself, and don't be a stranger.
I figured something like that. Four people here. And then one of them has a portrait. Are you perhaps Tomcat?
Yes, can I help you? Not at the moment. They're usually close enough to hear when their name gets dropped. So if that's all you needed from me, I'll get back to cutie cruising. And no, that wasn't an invitation to flirt. Oh really? Why, pray tell?
Oh no.
Nice save. Look, asshole, I'll explain this once.
I fell into the bait.
You want to talk about the hybrid thing? Cool. No one's trying to hide it, and you won't have an easy time avoiding it at this club. But jokes, puns, and worse, assumptions? That will get you blacklisted fast. We don't all have the energy to handhold genotypical people who can't spare 10 seconds to pull out their ROM and look things up. If you try to pet me, your arm is coming off. We clear?
sorry, did you say genotypical?
Yeah, as in not a hybrid like me. Now then, I'm not here to educate you, and I do have a life to return to.
Jesus. Calm down, Turtle. You could
Yeah,
really
okay,
be a
whatever.
big dick.
Get moving.
Hi there. I heard you were looking for me. Yours truly, though.
You were... I mean, I don't know what I expected. But you were not what I
Although,
expected.
I like the attention. It'd be just grand if you didn't holler for me so loudly. I do my share of flirting with both sides of the law. Wouldn't want little old me to get in trouble, huh? Nah, you're fine. Jess is just a mite prickly pear on the outside. She'd probably give hell to most strange folks she hasn't made a deal with. So, to what do I owe the pleasure? Hayden's missing. Well, that's one way to sour my night. I already saw you got his little ROM with you, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for now.
You know about me? Hayden never mentioned your involvement.
Well, sure thing, hon. I helped reprogram the back end on your OS so the AI code Hayden wrote for you would work properly with the mesh network.
I have a distressing lack of information on my own creation. Hayden never saw fit to inform me on what went into designing my programming. Is there anything else you can tell me?
Not much more on that end. I'm a crack shot at making the Lips OS dance to my tune, but Hayden's coding in your AI core is a whole different can of worms. Way out of my league. Sorry, doll. Anything else I can help with? Hayden and I met not long after my blackout expired, when he recruited me for my expertise in lips. It puzzled me at the time, since he's very sharp himself. I mean, he could have done the job blindfolded and boozy. I think he just wanted someone working on it off the books. He ain't the most straightforward kind of man. Mostly that little bot you got there. Well, I'm sure he had his fingers in lots of pies, but Turing is all I knew about. Ooh, it's a powerful OS. And it's since been adapted to run on ROMs after they figured out how much more efficient it is. It's focused on learning algorithms, so it can tailor itself to each user's habits. And it functions through using a distributed mesh network for non-essential public files.
Huh. I find it crazy how how well this store holds up from 10 years ago to how, I don't know, what is it? It fits to today's stuff.
That's just a fancy way of saying all ROMs connect to all other ROMs within range, and they share all files the user hasn't tagged as private. It's handy in dense population areas like NeoSF, since it can bypass regular telecom nodes to access the internet. Out in the sticks, though, you're stuck connecting to regular old pipes. Yeah. I don't rightly know.
I can't avoid the thought that Hayden's disappearance has something to do with me, based on his recent behavior.
Well, let's see. Hayden was pretty hush-hush about his work on your creation, but if Parallax found out about it somehow, whew, that might have changed things. It ain't always so good for a big company when their leading product declares independence. I'm certain Hayden had some kind of intellectual property clause written into his contract with him, but he would just get fired, maybe even sued. I can't imagine they would disappear him. I mean, they ain't the CIA or anything.
I really want to ask, but I don't want to be an asshole and lead to the bad ending.
Yeah, I'm not real sure, hun. But it would likely help if we knew why he went missing in the first place. I'll stay here and ask around a bit. People know me, and they sure ain't gonna talk to a newbie like yourself. Why don't you hop back over to Hayden's place and grab the data cache out of his computer for me? We can go over his research notes and see if we can't find a reason for his being vanished. If Parallax is involved, there's probably something we're not seeing yet. Best to get all the clues we can find. The data cache would be the best place to start. Good luck. Turin, you keep out of trouble.
What did I say? I already forgot what I said.
Halt, citizen. This area has been cordoned off by the Neo-SF Police Department as part of an ongoing investigation. I apologize for the inconvenience, but I am not authorized to allow anyone to enter this location. I'm sorry, citizen, but I cannot give comment on any currently ongoing investigations.
Can I answer what? I don't even remember what I said, to be honest.
If you would like to leave your contact information with me, I can forward your.
I'm kind of honestly looking at the artwork of the pixel art, and just like seeing what they did for certain things.
They may have questions for you. Thank you in advance for your cooperation, citizen. That will not be possible, citizen. The area must be preserved in pristine condition for the collection of evidence. Only authorized Neo-SFPD personnel may enter. I am required by law to inform you that I am set at Level 2 guard mode, and any effort to make unauthorized entry will be met with non-lethal force sufficient to incapacitate.
I'm sure I'll learn about that. Oh, okay, yeah. Why is Tomcat a little mean? Or not Tomcat, Jess.
I apologize, but I must ask you to move along. Loitering around an active investigation area is prohibited by city statute, and I am authorized to issue the citation of a fine to any persons found to be doing so.
We should go ahead and get moving. Oh, drat. I did not expect the police to get involved so quickly. The situation is already growing out of our control. I suppose we don't have to hide the fact of Hayden being missing anymore, but we do have to move faster. Do you have any ideas on how to get in there and grab that data cache? Who would that be?
I have connections.
No such connection when I compiled your personal history. Give me a moment. Oh, I see now. Detective Lexi Rivers. She used to date your sister. I must have missed that link in your history somehow. You have a very poor net presence. It makes anticipating your needs more difficult. Well, setting aside your unreasonable distaste for technology, I agree with your suggestion.
Not necessarily technology, it's more about privacy.
Her online profile suggests that she might be willing to work with us off the books, so to speak. A considerable boon, since I would prefer to maintain the clandestine nature of this investigation for now. Let us go and find Miss Rivers to request assistance. Oh, right. Should I refresh my protocols for handling titles around Detective Rivers? Done and done. We wouldn't want any social faux pas, would we? Now lead the way.
The Neo San Francisco Police Station for the Richmond District. There's all the charm of, well, any other old police department.
Welcome to the Neo San Francisco Richmond District Police Station, citizen.
Alright, I see.
How may I be of assistance today? Please give me a few moments to get in contact with Detective Rivers. Thank you for your patience. Unfortunately, Detective Rivers is out on assignment at the moment, but she has given me her authorization to send you her way. You can find her by the Carousel Building in Golden Gate Park, but I will caution you to exert care.
Golden Gate
She
Park?
is working an investigation right now, and we are not responsible for your safety should you approach. Is there anything else I can help you with? I apologize, citizen, but I am not authorized to comment on ongoing investigations. I will pass your concerns on to the detective in charge. Is there anything else I can help you with? Have a good day, citizen.
And that's all over the place already. What is that haircut?
Hey there. Long time. Give me a few minutes to wrap this up, okay? I swear you wouldn't believe the amount of paperwork I have to file over a damn wrecked Froyo stand. By the way, how's your sister doing? I don't know if you've heard, but we got some phantom robot on the loose that everyone is calling Wonder Boy. Supposed to be a hero of the people or something, but I have no idea what smashing a Froyo stand has to do with it. My guess? It's just a bunch of kids screwing around at night and getting a thrill out of some light vandalism. But the brass said to take it seriously, so that's what I'm gonna do. It's not like I have real cases I could be working on or actual criminals to be hunting down or anything. If I had known that this is all they would give me, I never would have transferred. I transferred because the credits were good. I thought being in a bigger city would mean I'd get to work some bigger cases. Instead, I'm stuck chasing ghosts and dead ends. Let's see. I'm too young for full detective. I'm too big of a hothead. I've got a history. I have augments. Take your pick. So yeah, I have plenty of spare time to help you with whatever you got. It's gotta be better than dealing with this crap. Hold on one sec. Let me steal a break from this guy. So, fill me in. What's going on? Oh, shoot, that's no good. How long have they been gone? I'll have a hard time getting a focused effort on the case immediately unless there's evidence of foul play.
Unfortunately, Detective, things are precisely that serious. I am Hayden's personal Rom, and I was witness to the kidnapping. I can assure you Hayden was taken by force, and that time is of the essence. Just prior to the incident, he instructed me to seek help should anything bad happen. I now believe he has been expecting trouble of this magnitude. We need your help if we're going to track him down.
Damn. All right then, I'll do what I can to open up an investigation. I can't guarantee I'll be put on the case, conflict of interest and all, but I can sure keep tabs on things for you.
Yes, Hayden is a senior researcher at Parallax, and I know he was working on some very high-profile projects for the company. It's quite likely that he was taken by somebody with enough money and influence to ensure anything official goes nowhere. You yourself have already cast doubt on your superior's judgment. Unfortunately, we share the sentiment.
Are you just now getting the watch streak? That's weird, but alright.
In fact, we know there is already some kind of currently ongoing investigation. We were stopped from entering Hayden's apartment by an NSFPD ROM. That's why we came to you. We were hoping you would be empathetic to our cause.
You know, you're a bit chattier than most ROMs. I guess it makes sense that Parallax employees get the shiniest new toys, huh? I'll see what's going on in the department. I don't know what I can do if someone inside actually is dirty, but I can pass information to you if I decide my superiors aren't taking things seriously. They wouldn't have left only one bot by the door if it was something important enough to squash. Hopefully it's unrelated. I'll get back to you on it soon. Just relax and we'll figure this out. Promise.
He seems chill.
No way, not gonna happen. If there's already an investigation, I'm not gonna let you just waltz in and tamper with evidence, cover up or not. At least give me a day to make sure they're doing the job right. Look, I'm taking this seriously, and so should you. If Hayden is in real danger, you bumbling after whoever took him is just gonna get you killed. I don't need that kind of crap on my conscience. Sure you can. All the way up until you don't. Just let it go. I lost too much playing fast and loose with this kind of situation back home. I have to handle this. No. I'm sorry, but we're not gonna do it that way. I know you think I'm just being paranoid, but the city is tense right now. With the protests and everything going on, you might be poking around in a hornet's nest. Let me do my job. I don't want you to get hurt. Get a weapon of some kind and stay safe. I still care about you. You better. I don't have a stick up my ass about regs, but I'm not gonna send an untrained civilian into this alone, much less a friend. Now let's split up for a bit. I still gotta finish up this Froyo thing. I'll call you about the case later, alright?
Well, that didn't go how I'd hoped, but maybe it isn't a total loss.
I agree.
I have another idea on how to get us both inside the apartment.
Do you just love every character in this game? I feel like that's what I'm gonna be finding out. You just love every character.
Ha ha! I'll need to get my hands on Detective Rivers' police identification badge.
Oh,
I can just detect its outline in the fabric of her jacket pocket. I'll need to be considerably closer to pull its near-field data. We can't risk being too obvious. I'm sure you can come up with some way for me to scan it. I have faith in you.
Every single time I dare put a bit of faith in you.
oh, oops.
Toppings everywhere. The humanity of...
Women are so pretty. I don't know about that haircut.
The pretzel guy. Yes. Steve! He's been after this spawn for years.
The froyo is not supposed to be made with spoiled milk, because it's not ever.
Yogurt is actually made by fermenting milk with special yogurt cultures, which is then frozen to make froyo.
Oh.
Hello, I'm Alfie, I-83. How may I help you? Would you like some cool, refreshing water? Sure thing. Please wait. Oh, this is embarrassing. I seem to have run out of cool, refreshing water. Water levels. Not okay. Water levels. Not okay. Water levels.
Oh no, what did I do to the poor guy?
I'll be right back!
Perfect. That's all I needed.
Oh, so I could have convinced her and I failed.
Let me keep that under my...
Hey! What the hell are you doing with my ID?
Oh, excuse me, Detective Rivers. I noticed it fell out of your pocket after that wayward ROM crashed into you, and I wanted to make sure it didn't get lost in the shuffle.
Huh. Thanks. What hit me? You said it was a ROM?
Yes, it seemed to be following faulty programming of some kind. Perhaps it was the same one that damaged this vendor's cart? It headed off in that direction.
Guess I should check it out. Not like I have any other leads on this jackpot of
Oh,
a
okay. It made me believe that I could have convinced
Hey,
her.
you, Froyo guy? Tag along with me in case I need you to identify the bot.
Who, me? But I've gotta attend my stand.
Cut the crap. It's not going anywhere, and the robot I posted will make sure nobody messes with the crime scene.
Yes, ma'am.
And you two. Don't think I don't know you're up to something. Keep your noses clean. I'll be in touch.
As I was saying, let me keep it under my hat for now. I am more than just a walking search engine, you know. Dramatics aside, we should return to Hayden's apartment.
Halt, citizen. This area has been cordoned off by the Neo-SF. I apologize for the inconvenience, but I am not...
This is Detective Lexi Rivers, badge number 881126. I will be entering the crime scene with my assistant to gather evidence. Please move out, but maintain the perimeter.
Of course, Detective Rivers. Good luck with your investigation.
So, are you impressed yet? Have I proven my usefulness?
Gonna be pissed about that later.
Thank you. At times I feel my inexperience may be holding us back, but I will continue to do my best to assist you. I just wish Hayden had given me more practical training to deal with this kind of situation. Or even just being out and about in general. It can be a bit overwhelming at times. Well, I'm not sure I'd call that seeing. The Neo-SF Police Department uses a government rebuild of the old Robodyne 6300 Mark B. They're antiquated enough that I'm surprised they aren't in a museum. Their optics are a paltry 10 megapixels, and it was child's play for me to modulate my forward display into a tight beam of an image aimed directly into its lenses. I also transmitted the credentials we got from Detective Rivers' badge earlier. I probably could have gotten away with just that, but better safe than sorry when impersonating an officer of the law. Frankly, I'm rather embarrassed for the ROM. The poor thing is older than your computer. But enough of that, let's get the data cache and return to Tomcat.
If you really read into these things, this is saying a lot about society. Whoa.
What? Oh no. No, 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 no. Our apartment. My home. Who could have done this? Why? What does the human revolution want with Hayden? Why would they break our things? I don't know what to do. This place, these items, they're all I have of Hayden. What if he's gone for good? What will I do if we can't find him? This was all I had left. You're right. I apologize for the emotional outburst. Well, let's look around and see if we can find the data cache in all this mess. We don't
It's
have time to waste
fine.
on histrionics.
Just a little paint. The plant ain't do nothing. Why'd you do this to the plant? Finish. I forgot I could actually read some parts. Oh, okay. Human Revolution members don't get invited to many parties. Okay.
I think you're right about this being human revolution propaganda, but Hayden is an unlikely target. I know they don't like Parallax because they think advanced technology in general is bad, but they spend most of their time going after hybrids and cyborgs. I'll run some deep meshnet searches and see if anything turns up.
Here's marred by graffiti and splintered glass. One piece a bit better than higher screen.
I think the data cache is gone. We've searched everywhere, and it just isn't here. I hate to return to Tomcat empty-handed, but this leaves us twisting in the wind. Perhaps they can point us in a new direction. The data cache is no longer our main objective, but it would be nice to know where it is and why it was taken. I wonder what the human revolution would need the data cache for anyway. That's a distinct possibility. I just don't have enough personal experience with the human revolution to give you an honest answer. The information on the meshnet is extremely conflicting and polarized. Some of it paints them as neo-druid nature lovers, other parts as bigots stuck in the past. Perhaps we could... Hey! What's wrong? No!
This is telling me I should save. That's what this is telling me. In chapter 2 now? Yeah!
Thank goodness you're finally awake! I have spent the past 30 minutes calculating the odds of you being indefinitely incapacitated or immobilized. I'm relieved to find my pessimism was misplaced and that you appear to be okay. I'm fine. Whoever ambushed us clearly wasn't interested in causing either of us serious harm. after you collapsed, my power systems were jammed by whoever attacked us. It took me 2 minutes to reboot and call an ambulance. When we left, I noticed they had done the same thing to the NSFPD ROM that was standing post. It takes a lot of power to crash one of those, even temporarily. Serious military hardware like that is difficult to obtain, but that type of non-lethal electrical field would interrupt my systems as well. Likely a mil-spec neuro-scrambler. If we walked in on them while they were searching the apartment for Hayden's files, I can understand them stunning us to make their escape. But the probability that they're actually after me, or rather the research behind my creation, seems high. Leaving me when I was so vulnerable makes no sense. I now believe my original hypothesis to have been correct. Hayden must have been kidnapped by a powerful organization looking to get control of his research. Trashing our apartment may have been a cover for the theft of the data cache we were looking for. Possible, but a drastically improbable coincidence. The solution with the fewest assumptions is most likely to be correct. I think for now we should behave as if Hayden's kidnappers are closing in on us. No, I didn't. They assaulted us from behind, and nothing showed up on my optics before I was disrupted. They either had cloaking of some kind, or were extraordinarily careful while making their way into the apartment. My optics, while not top of the line, are better than an off-the-shelf ROM's, and I should have been able to detect any thermal changes from someone being there. Oh, before I forget, here are your belongings. The nurses had me hold on to them for you until you awoke. Here's your ID card. Don't lose this again. Here are those headphones you reviewed. I noticed the article on your computer before. Good job.
What happened to my spoiled milk?
Oh, and here's your spoiled milk.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank God.
Luckily, the hospital staff didn't find your carrying of a carton of spoiled milk around to be a cause for concern. Just let me know when you want to leave.
Excuse me. Are you talking about Hayden Weber?
We're gonna go for a little bit longer, but I'm gonna stop early because I'm tired. Who are you? You look suspicious.
Sorry for being a nosy Nancy. Hayden's an old friend of mine, and this sounded all too familiar. Has anything happened to him? Of course, I've not yet introduced myself. My name is Dr. Yannick Fairlight, and I'm the founder and former CEO of System 1 Software, now owned by Parallax.
He is telling the truth, at least as far as I can intuit from information on the meshnet. And I do recall Hayden mentioning a Dr. Fairlight, at least once in passing at some point.
See, I don't bite.
I still don't trust you. Why are you here?
I hate to be the one to tell you, but privacy screens are hardly soundproof. However, if this situation concerns us both, perhaps we can help each other. I won't press you for details, but perhaps I could be of some assistance. I remember my association with Hayden fondly, and I'd be happy to help in any way I can. Ah, yes. As I've mentioned, Parallax acquired my company, System 1 Software. I accepted a CTO position, and additionally served on Parallax's board for several years. The other directors and I had a difference of opinion about the direction the organization should take. The non-centralized data scheme for most ROMs used today seemed ludicrous at the time. We were playing with fire, dangerous, morally ambiguous fire, and well, we hadn't invented a bucket of water. So when Parallax's servers were destroyed by hobbyist hackers, well, needless to say, it was a PR nightmare. Everything halted until we could get the damage fixed. And since the security work that goes into maintaining the integrity of near-impenetrable meshnet is astronomically expensive, we had our share of disagreements. In the end, I was voted off the board and they went on without me. Do I have hard feelings? Of course, who wouldn't? In the end, though, it really doesn't matter. I'm an old rich man with enough hobbies to last the next 2 decades. Hayden and I made our acquaintance when the two companies first underwent the merger. At the time, he was a young, hotshot researcher working in the search data correlation sector. He was assigned to find the best ways to integrate Parallax's own collection and analysis tools into System 1's LIPS operating system. He was a bit much to handle at times, honestly, but I admired his passion for the subject. His research? No, not so much. I remember at the time he had interest in advanced machine sapience. But that is the realm of science fiction. He once showed me a prototype of his. She was quite clever, very convincing, but you could tell she did not contain the spark of life. I assume that you are another of his creations.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Turing.
Welcome back.
Did you say she?
Yes. She was quite insistent on that fact over the course of my conversation with her. Hayden said that she had picked out the color for her casing herself. Pastel pink. Still, I must assume you are far more advanced than she if you are spearheading the search for your creator. Perhaps I should have had more faith in Hayden's little hobby.
Do you know what became of her, or where she might be now? Hayden has told me so little of his past research.
I'm sorry, Turing. It was a long time ago, and I'm afraid my memory is not what it used to be. If
He lies. I don't trust him.
And Parallax make mention of your erstwhile sibling, I'll pass it on to you.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight.
Of course. Ask away. The chair you find me in is an advanced diagnostic and life support ROM. Its development is one of my hobbies, so to speak. It monitors my vitals and administers medications as necessary to keep my body stable. I likely would have perished long ago without it, or at least would have been severely bedridden. It requires frequent maintenance, and I'm here to have it examined. There's a particular fellow at this hospital who is the only one I trust to run the correct diagnostics and fine-tune things to my exact needs. It's the same way you might get your car serviced, making sure everything's in check. It's too integral to my health to count on just luck. Unfortunately, many critically injured patients were rushed into surgery all at once. My appointment has been pushed back. The hospital administrators placed me here with a resting patient so as not to be disturbed by the chaos outside. I don't think they expected you to awaken quite as quickly as you did. I can think of a few ways. I still have some contacts in Parallax and can put out some quiet feelers. Maybe they'll know something.
Don't trust him.
I will admit, I don't have much to offer until there's more information. Is there anything you can tell me? I'd like to help in any way I can. What did you find at Hayden's apartment?
The first time we went, nothing. But when we went back to extract his computer's data cache, the place had been pillaged, and the human revolution had spray-painted slogans all over our walls. Hayden's computer was gone, and we were assaulted. And now we're here, injured and losing our trail with each passing second. We're still frustratingly in the dark and running out of time. I fear Hayden is slipping out of reach. I am failing him.
I'm very sorry to hear that. I wish I could do more. Hayden's company was most enjoyable. What do I want? It would be nice to be young again. Play the darling of the company, court prince and pauper alike. But right now, someone I grew very...
Eventually I'll find out.
Great danger. I simply wish to see Hayden home again, safe.
It's been very interesting speaking to you, Dr. Fairlight.
I suppose I should respect you for your honesty, though it may be ill-informed. I'll be blunt with you. You've uncovered a deeply unsettling mystery. I doubt this has a happy ending.
Congrats on getting first turtle, and I'm curious. Well, it's still early on, so. Water. Did I drink all my water? No, I still got a little left.
Then you realize. Rudeness aside, I only had the intention of helping my old friend.
I thought I was going to be talking to Turing, not just out loud, so I'm sorry. I would have said I'm not sure we can trust him.
To say no.
Now, if you're willing to hear me out, I think I might have a lead in mind for you two. You said you found human revolution slogans spray-painted on the walls. I am acquaintances with the man leading the current human revolution protests at the Genus Clinic. His name is Brian Mulberry. After an introduction from me, he may be willing to shine some light on that particular event. No, not in this lifetime. Even if I so desired, I don't think they would approve much of my work. While Mr. Mulberry and I were associated with each other once, it was before he joined the Human Revolution. I find their methodology too aggressive, and their stated goals dangerously backwards. While I pushed for careful deployment of technology after the Parallax System 1 merger, I am no caveman. After
All my homies hate Mulberry. Well, I haven't even met them yet.
advanced technology that goes into this chair. Well, when I exited Parallax, I sought out like-minded individuals. We worked together to prevent a full deployment of the MeshNet system. Brian Mulberry was one such person. We did not succeed in our efforts, obviously. Come to think of it, that event might have been what prompted Brian to take a more radical stance against technology. But yes, our motivations aligned for one brief time, and I gained his respect from it. Hopefully, that can be useful for you. I will send a message downstairs to my assistant, Leon Decker. He will hand you one of my cards to prove your association with me to Mr. Mulberry. Make sure you speak to him before you leave. In the meantime, I'll get in touch with some other individuals I know and try to find out any other information about Hayden that I might be able to pass on to you. I'll be in contact. It was a pleasure meeting you both. Of course. Please, do not let me delay you any further. Good luck, Turing. I don't think Hayden's faith in you is misplaced.
Why would you do this, Turtle? Why would you do this?
Of technology.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight. We'll be in touch. Should I call downstairs to have you discharged? Just let me know when you're ready to go.
Alright. We're gonna end the stream here. I know it's a shorter stream, but I am tired today. Probably should have a stream. But I'll see you guys in the next time. I'm not even gonna raid. Too tired.